Welcome to Land Academy. I'm Jack Butala.
I'm Jill DeWit.
We show you how to buy real estate for half of what it's worth.
And sell it on the internet really fast.
We are Jack and Jill,
and this is the Jack and Jill Show too.
With over 15,000 completed transactions, we're the experts at acquiring property.
Of all kinds, not just land.
For half price and flipping them for way more.
All right, let's get this show started.
Jack Butala with Jill DeWit.
Happy Wednesday.
Welcome to our show today. In this episode, Jill and I talk about the truth about your time commitment when flipping land.
Great.
Like all topics, this came from a question that I received and dealt with in a consulting call.
Cool.
How much time does it really take to get it to do this and do it right? Before we get into it, though, let's take a question posted by one of our members on landacademy.com, the community there. It's free.
All right, David asked this question. I've got an opportunity to buy 6 properties. I've learned that one of these properties has an oil and gas lease on it dating back to 2009. It will expire
Oil and gas leak?
Lease.
Oh, lease. Sounds like a car that I have.
You're silly. Lease. Dating back to 2009. It will expire in 2019. It gives the leasee the right to use the property to access the oil and gas, if any, that lies underneath. The agreement would move to me upon buying the parcel and then on to the person I sell the property to. It includes a 1/8 share. I'm liking how this is going here, by the way.
These people are so smart.
Great.
Our members. Hey, my hat's off to you, David.
Yeah.
By the way, I know which David this is.
This is great. It includes a 1/8 share of the produced oil/gas, which doesn't sound bad, unless you were just wanting to build a weekend cabin. Do I, A, buy it, then showcase the fact that this has an oil and gas lease associated with it, or B, take a pass and avoid unforeseeable consequences of having an oil and gas extraction facility sitting on my lot in a vacation area?
Here's a couple things. So we're going to assume
good.
the economics of this work, because I know you, David, and you don't buy property you don't pay retail for property. You
Right.
buy it substantially below
Exactly.
what it's worth and flip it real fast. So what I would do is, if the economics work, this is going to sound silly, and I'm going to get a bunch of emails.
Yeah.
All this other stuff complicate your transactions.
Mm-hmm.
So while I would not let it kill the deal, I think I would just zip it. I would just buy the thing, forget about the oil and gas deal, and just sell it like you're selling everything else.
But you disclose it.
Yeah, I mean, I would put it in there. I'd say
Exactly.
there's an inactive lease, oil and gas lease for till 2019, and then
Right.
I would say something snarky like, "But you don't care about that anyway because you're going to put a cabin on it."
It's true. So, you want to hear my answer?
Yeah. Oh, you know what, too? And all kidding aside,
Yeah.
see if other people are drilling around there.
Yeah.
If they are drilling around there, then you might have something.
Yeah, I don't think this is bad. I think that the right person's going to get excited about all these different things
Yeah.
about properties. There's going to be somebody out there who wants this property
Yeah.
because they can say, I just bought a piece of property that has this oil and gas lease, and I might get some money out of it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
I think it complicates it, but
I wouldn't showcase that, like you said.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming the numbers work, that this property is a vacation kind of a thing.
Me
That's
too.
not buying it
there's
for
not
any of
an oil
the
facility right
mineral
next to it.
rights or anything. That's not why. So, but yeah, disclose it all. Be upfront about it. Obviously, I would put it I would even put it like, when you do your posting and your description, put it kind of towards the top. You don't want to hide it down in there because you don't want someone to miss it and then be surprised later on by it. So just let them know, and that's it. And
Yet again, we differ.
we differ.
You know, while you're at it.
Hide it at the bottom.
While you're at it,
hide it at the bottom.
picture of a messy oil rig right as a lead photo, so that nobody wants it.
Show an oil spill in the Gulf of Mexico.
Maybe like
as your lead photo.
maybe you know how you got to clean off the duck when there's an oil spill.
Show that photo. Show a duck and the Dove soap and the gloves.
Of a baby duck who's got one wing that can't fly.
And don't forget, make sure they have one of those Coke plastic things around their neck. What the heck? This is not a bad thing. It's never a bad thing. So
The truth is that Jill and I are involved as a partner in a deal right now where there's an active oil rig on and we can't. It's complicating the transaction, in my opinion. So.
Okay, we have a blue shirt drive-by guy. I'm wondering if we know this guy. I'm totally not kidding.
Where?
This guy keeps circling us. There's a guy, we're getting at so we're out here in the public, and I didn't drop a pin where we are. I just put Los Angeles. So for people just listening on the audio podcast, we're out here live from the pier in South Bay, south of Los Angeles.
Gotcha.
And I didn't drop a pin, but I did a Facebook Live of it just a little while ago. And I'm questioning that we're getting a little bit of... I know we have people in the area, so I feel like I just got to drive by. It's like somebody that came out to see us out here. It's just kind of funny. Anyway.
We had a Costco event recently.
We did. It was so nice.
It was.
It was good.
Somebody recognized
us in Costco.
If you have a question or you want to be on the show, reach out to either one of us on landacademy.com. Today's topic is the truth about how much time it takes and the type of time commitment you have to make if you want to get into this and potentially do it as a career like we have.
Yep.
Like it's not just your hobby.
Yep.
What do you think, Jill? I know you do take a lot of notes on this stuff before the show.
Exactly.
So do I.
I'm the one that prepares. I show. Yeah. So it's true. Of the two of us, Jack, you're good at winging it. That's it. You're a pro at winging it.
Wow.
I do spend some time, and I do wing a lot of it too. Clear, obviously. So
if I was good at winging it, the show would be a lot bigger than it is.
Silly. All right. So the truth about the time commitment. Number one, and I get this all the time, can I do this with a full-time job? And my answer is, I don't know. Why don't you ask the other 200 people in our group that have full-time jobs?
Wow.
Sorry.
How's that for satire?
I'm sorry.
Look at that. New York's rubbing off on you.
Oh, oops. Oh my God. Oh my God, that was my New York voice. Whoops. No, I didn't.
I've ever heard you be. Usually it's my job.
Sorry, I didn't mean to be like that. But no, it's true. Heck, I did it. You did it.
Yeah.
We both did this with full-time jobs, and that's why we tell everybody to don't quit your day job. You want to do this until it's painful and it hurts, and because you're losing money going to your day job. So keep that day job to the very, very, very bitter end. When you have a lot of money and this is a well-oiled machine, and then you can make some different decisions.
Yeah,
so,
you should when you actually leave your job, since we're talking about it, if and when you ever leave your job,
right.
You should say something like this. Well, I probably should have done this 2 years ago.
Yes.
I mean, you need to overweight that.
Exactly.
We've got a couple of cases in our group in the very, very recent past where they got laid off. And they both said, called me specifically and said, this is the best thing that ever happened.
Yep.
I should have done this, a year ago.
Exactly. They're not sweating it. Not at all. So, yeah.
In fact, one of them was the person who asked that question.
That's true. I know who you're talking about. All right. So, yeah, you can do this with a full-time job. Yeah. Do you have to plan your time? Sure. And can we help with that? Yeah. So there's two things about that. You have to budget your time and be committed, obviously, and you've got to be really efficient. And those are things that not only are we pros at, thanks to Jack, really, but, really inefficient and get this into a machine. Yeah. But we are working on ways to help you with that
you gotta
as
have
well.
the right tools. If you are going to do this with a full-time job, you need somebody to answer the phone.
Yep.
A lot of our members use Pat Live, which we have no affiliation with, but I think 2 days ago we talked about two shows ago we talked about Jill Live.
Jill Live is coming.
We're creating Jill Live.
So yeah.
So you don't have to answer your phone. Her people will.
My people will. So yep. So we're working to help. And then I was going to say too, even on a Sunday schedule, I did a blog which turned into a long newsletter series that I did. So go check it out on Land Academy on our blogs, which I really spelled out because it was based on a show that we did about how to go and get your first deal bought and sold in 45 days.
Yeah.
And the whole point was only doing it on a couple hours on a Sunday, you know, and I really dissected if you spend a few hours on this Sunday doing nothing but picking a county. Okay, great. Close the book, close the computer, go. Don't come back to it till the next week. Okay, now next Sunday, Now let's get our offers together and isolate who we're going to send it to. And then the next week the mailers go out. So as you can see, it's really methodical. So I want to bring that up because, the show's about, how much time is needed, and you could scale it up, scale it down, and go at whatever pace you want to go at. You might want to do a property a week. You might want to do a property a month. We have people doing a property a day. That's
Multiple
buying and selling and
full time.
so it's up to you.
The time commitment scenario is this. Here's the truth of it all. If I were you and I were starting out, or even if I had a little bit experience, but I still was involved in real estate or with a full-time job, I would take 4 or 5 hours on Sunday, or in the morning before your family gets up or whatever, and really, 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 really learn and put a great plan together.
Yeah.
Don't start doing before you think.
Right.
And I'm just about done with it's called a 45-day calendar, based on Jill's scenario, because people are asking me for it. So if you start on day one, it's the stuff that you should be doing each day, and set some daily goals and weekly goals for yourself.
Yeah.
However you ice out the time, so that you can get that first deal done. Because once you get that first deal done, you're going to learn a ton. But there's all kinds of little innuendos that happen.
Exactly.
There's no way we can cover it all. Plus, a lot of these deals are different. And then keep moving forward.
Exactly.
Here's the answer. It takes 4 hours a week, and you can close a deal in 45 days.
Perfect.
If you're full time, or let's say you're like a real estate agent, where it's your full commission, so no one's really managing your time, you could do it in 20 days.
Yeah.
Start to finish in 20 days.
And when we say close, like not only
it's
research,
it's cash out,
research, mailers out, purchase it, record it, sell it,
and get the money,
and get the money in your bank.
So
the whole thing.
Those are.
It's very realistic.
Money out. Or it's very, very beginning till you've sold the property.
Yep.
Very beginning of the research stage till you have the cash in the hand.
Exactly. And what's great is now, I mean, that's the realistic, slow way. What often happens is the people in our world that are doing it right and they're really listening and paying attention, they price it right, they bought it right, they priced it right.
That's the key.
They don't even get a chance to post it all over the place for sale. They're like, oh my gosh, it already sold. What do I do? I don't know how to I don't know how to collect the money. I'm like, gee, and it's been just, might have been 10 days.
Yeah.
It's hilarious. So
10 days is a stretch.
Well, some people, but if you get it in, if you do what we say, just a side note, and I've already got a signed thing. I haven't even recorded it yet, so I know it's mine. I own it. I'm already posting it for sale. I could sell it that fast.
Yeah. So, but if you're brand new, you really need probably a good week to research. Good seven straight days.
Yeah. You want to do it right.
So the cash flow from land program is 10 hours of video, so you need at least that for research in the beginning.
That's true.
So.
Exactly. I'm just talking about the buying and the selling part.
Yeah.
Thank you. Not the
hairs.
before and the after.
Just got to be organized, like everything, and make a commitment. That's the key.
That's true.
You have to make a mental commitment that you are gonna buy and sell a piece of property, and that it's important.
One of the things that I see when I do a lot of my consulting calls I get are sales or people stuck, and you gotta set yourself really tangible, not crazy, please, goals, and be kind on yourself. Give yourself a cushion, So if you really so you do follow through and hold yourself accountable. By the way, and the other thing is, figure out what motivates you.
Yeah.
And if it's a lot of us it's money. Maybe it's the freedom from your job. Maybe
what motivates you?
Maybe you want your wife to be retired. You want your kids' college fund paid for. Set those financial goals and whatever that is to make sure you can take care of it. And that's a good thing. What motivates me?
Yeah.
Oh, for me now?
Yeah, what motivates you to even do the silly show we do?
Oh my God. You're so silly. What motivates me now is me helping these people. I am so off my own path right now, and And what you got going on is like over here, and I'm so happy and excited about it. So thank you for asking me, Jack, and I'm going to ask you in a second. So what really motivates me right now is how many people I can touch and I can help. And it doesn't matter even if it's property related. I mean, I met people in New York last week, and I was giving them ideas about their business that they hadn't thought about that have nothing to do with my business. But I'm like, why don't you look at doing this with your thing? And they're like, oh my God, thank you. You know, I like helping people. That is what motivates me. What about you?
I have almost a borderline unhealthy quest for efficiency. We're working on a product right now. It's a website where you put in an address, like a mailing address, or you put in a state, county, APN. And it immediately goes in Google Earth, takes you to the property. And it outlines whether it's rural or urban or whatever. And we're going to release that soon, very soon.
Yeah.
After that, if you want, you can click a couple of buttons and say, I would like to mail an offer or something to
So
somebody and then you can choose a radius, just this block, a mile, 2 miles, 5 miles. Hit the button,
So cool.
and it takes you to our mailing portal where you quickly design a mailer or a postcard if you want. I don't advocate it, but we do have postcard functionality, and send out offers to everybody.
Yeah.
Or maybe you have a house for sale. You're a real estate agent. You have a house listed, and that's the center, and you want to send out a notice to everybody in the area that you just got the listing and it's fantastic.
Right. That's
So
awesome.
for whatever reason that you would want to send mail to somebody, and then that property is the center of it, this will allow you to do it like a 5-year-old could do it. It's
Right.
and literally in less than 30 seconds you could have the whole thing done and it's over.
Yep.
That's what motivates me, is
love
creating efficiencies like that.
Oh.
That I, you know why? Because I never had those. When I started in the 90s, it was just a mess.
I know, exactly. I believe it. It was faxing. You were faxing, man. It's hilarious. So I know. I still say it. You know, it's now about once a week. It's not quite daily, but it's about once a week. Gosh, man, I wish we had us when we were starting. Like, that's okay. We're here to help you. We can save you. Nobody could save us.
The other thing that motivates me is subdividing property.
Yeah.
I love doing
because you're making land.
Yeah, I love to take a big, huge piece of property, subdivide it out,
Yeah.
make a bunch of little pieces of property, and just sell them. Sell them so cheap that whoever buys them is going to make more money than me.
Yep.
Because we just did everything right.
Yep.
So yeah, that's a hobby.
I love it.
Join us in another episode where Jack and Jill discuss how to use information, that's me,
And inspiration, that's me.
to get just about anything you want.
We use it every day to buy property for half of what it's worth and sell it immediately.
You're not alone in your real estate ambition.
Too funny.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Thank you. I like
Doesn't take too much
that was
time.
that was a good sharing about what motivates you, and I think that's really true about you are an efficiency nut, if you will.
I think a lot of women complain about that.
Yeah, yeah.
They're just-
There's times when we don't want you to be very efficient.
I know. And I get
Well,
that.
I'm done.
I get that, you know.
So
I
hopefully
take
there's
it to
no
a point where
children.
it's just not healthy. You know, I was talking to some guy on Facebook yesterday. No, Bigger Pockets.
Yeah.
He's brand new and he's an engineer. He's a software engineer, so he's got that disease, the efficiency man disease that I have.
Exactly.
And he wants everything to line up perfectly. And I'm like, man, you got to leave some variables. There's
Yeah.
always variables and stuff.
Exactly.
So I get it.
Thanks.
Information and inspiration to buy undervalued property.
We are Jack and Jill, and this was the Cash Flow from Land Show.
We are the experts at acquiring property
Of all kinds, not just land,
for half price just so we can flip it for way more.
and really fast. Thanks for listening. You are not alone in your real estate ambition.